Hi, I'm Steve Gilbert. In this video we're going to be setting up the blade in the tool holder and setting the pressure on the machine. There are two methods of setting the blade height, and the first one we'll look at is the full height method. So putting the tool, the sharp blade in there, just very carefully, just push that in there and then adjust the height so that the blade is the full height of the blade is shown at the top of the blade holder. The next still will show you how this is set. Having set the height correctly with the adjusting screw, place the tool holder into the tool clamp and tighten this, making sure that this is all the way down in the clamp. Making sure now that the tool holder is positioned over the edge of the media. Now press the enter key, go to menu, and we're going to now set the knife pressure to the correct setting. This is a brand new blade I'm using here, so setting the knife pressure to approximately 40 grams will be about right. So I press the test button and the machine will cut a little test pattern. Now identify where the cut is and then just peel that off. As you can see, this isn't quite coming off cleanly, so we need a little bit more. I'm going to put 5 more grams on, press the enter key and then press the test key again. The machine will then move along to the next available piece of media, and there we go. Now again, peeling that, it's not quite come off, so again 5 more grams, and I'll repeat this process until I'm happy with the correct pressure as achieved. This came off very easily. I am now happy that this is approximately the right setting. Once you've set the right cut pressure, this might actually come to the edge of the media. If you get to the edge of the media before you reach the correct pressure, then you can stop this, just exit, reposition on a fresh piece of media over here on the edge, and then just start that process again of going to knife pressure, making adjustments and pressing the test button again. Now once you've set that correct, and you're happy with the cut pressure, this is a new blade. I've got approximately 50 grams on here. We haven't got lamination. If you are using lamination, then this could be anything more than 20 to 60 more grams of pressure on top of what you're doing, depending on what the weight of the lamination is. But once you're happy with that, just exit, and this will just go back to the normal home screen where we've got the speed and the cut pressure displayed. Okay, in the second method of setting the blade height, then what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to wind the blade back in again until it is about level with the base of the tool holder, but just exposing a little bit of the tip of the blade, like in the next still. This is just exposing enough of the tip of the blade to go through the surface material only and not into the liner. Cannot physically push this any deeper because there is not enough blade to go any deeper into the liner. So this is a guesstimate at the minute, but I'm going to get that so I can just feel a small scratch on there. You probably can't even see any blade sticking out there. So I'm going to put that into the machine. I'm going to move this forward onto some clean material. Now, from setting it before, we know that 50 grams is the right pressure for when we are at the full blade set. Now I'm going to increase this. I'm going to go to menu and down to knife pressure. I'm going to increase this to double, so I'm going to go to 100 here. Now this is putting a lot more pressure on than what we had before, so anything around about 40 or 50 more grams of pressure on here than the standard, and I press enter. Now I'm going to press the test button, and you'll see it do the test cut. Now we've got a little bit too much blade exposed there, so I'm going to turn this in about a quarter of a turn, and then I'm going to press test again. Probably a little bit too much, so add an eighth of a turn. Test. So this is a very fine adjustment here that we're making. And then when we get that right, we should just be able to pull that. Now, it doesn't matter if I put more pressure on now, it will not cut any deeper. Small tweak and just a little test, just to make sure that we've got this correct. There we go. Just check your glassine, because there is a pattern inside of the shape, and I'll try and show you this. So if we have a look at this, there is a pattern there. Now this inside pattern in there can be seen on here if you are actually a little bit too deep. And if it is too deep, just back that off. It's a very, very small, on a clock face you are basically turning it maybe 1 to 1.5 hours worth of rotation at a time. When you're happy with the cut pressure, press exit. The machine will return to the start of the cuts. You can then advance it, and then you are ready to start. Find the next registration mark, and you should be set up ready to start production. When you do start production, it is always a good idea to let it run for a few labels, and then just peel the labels to see if they are coming off cleanly, but also just run your hand behind the back of the glassine to make sure that you are not cutting through. Feeling that with your fingers to see whether these are cut through is the best way to check.